So hey, welcome back to the 10-10 movement, and this video is specifically about our physical fitness. Now, if you've done the 10-10 life test, you know it's the first question on the list, which is on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being your physical fitness is the best it could possibly be, and 0 is, to be honest, it's absolutely terrible right now. See, what score would you give your physical fitness? Because the truth is, our physical body is probably the most important thing in our whole life. And we need to somehow look after it, because look, it's here for about 100 years. If we do really, really well, you get 100 years out of this physical body. Now, not so many people make that, but what we don't want is to be in our later years in our life where our physical body is giving up on us because we didn't look after it in the earlier years. Now, it took me to get to 47 years old to put my physical body high up on my list. I was overweight, I had very little energy, I wasn't thriving. In fact, I was like a sort of 6-cylinder car firing on 4 cylinders. It was a bit jumpy. I wasn't getting the best out of my life. And then if you've watched the Road to Fear, Road to Love video, in there you recognize or start to understand that actually we have a lot more choice in our life than we think we do. And as I say, I got to 47 years old and I started to realize that I had put my physical body, the well-being of my physical body, in the hands of other people. So in other words, when it goes wrong, I just need to take it to the doctors and get it fixed. And look, this is all great, and we have a fantastic health service here in the UK, of course, and some unbelievable staff in there to look after us. But look, the thing that I learned more than anything else is what I call a very green word, and that is the word responsibility. I realised I was not taking responsibility for the health or the well-being of my physical body. So I decided to turn that around and take some action. Now, there's lots of things you can do. I think one of the first things we think about when we are thinking about getting our body to be a bit more physically fit is we think about either going for a run or maybe joining the gym. I did both of those things. I was rubbish at the gym. You know, I had a personal trainer and all of that sort of stuff. But actually, I was one of those people that used to funk out. I paid my money every month, but didn't go regular enough to get that much out of it. I didn't really love it. It wasn't my thing really. And I did learn to run. You know, to start with, I could only run a very short distance, like 20 yards, and I was completely out of breath. And then I did eventually get to about 3 miles and I was doing pretty good. But it just wasn't my style. And then one day, magic happened really. Somebody said to me, why don't you go and get, you know, one of these, what's known as a live blood test. Now, it's not the sort of thing that you get done down the National Health. You have to go private. It doesn't cost loads of money. Anyway, I went to see this lovely lady in London, and she took a little pinprick of blood, out of my finger and put it on this slide. And I was able, with her, to look at my blood, the health of my blood, so to speak, on this screen in front of me. And she started to describe to me all what was going on, and I'm going, well, look, this all sounds very complicated. It's all amazing. I mean, to see your blood swimming around in front of you on a screen is a very unusual thing to do. But actually, I said to her, look, let's cut to the quick here, because I'm not into the science of what's really going on here. I just want to know, you know, how's my physical body doing? And she said, well, you know, that's interesting. I said, well, look, before you go any further, let's do it on the old 0 to 10 question. 10 is the healthiest blood you've ever seen, and 0 is I'm about to die right now. What number would you give it? And she said, I'll give it a 4. I went, a 4? A 4? That is nearer the death end than the living a thriving life end. So I said, tell me what I need to do. What do I need to do to get you know, better? Because, you know, when I think about it, I've got a lot of aches and pains. I'm not really thriving. And she said to me, look, there are 3 things that you can do that I could recommend that you do that are really easy. And I'm going, okay, tell me. So she said, well, look, the first thing that you could do is you could drink more water. She said almost everyone I ever meet doesn't drink enough water. And I'm going, well, how much water do you need to drink? And she said, well, you need to drink about 2 litres a day. Now, actually, that's probably a lot more common knowledge now. I'm doing this back, you know, quite a long time ago. But it was quite a revelation to me that I needed to drink 2 litres of water. Nobody had ever told me that, a day. You know, now water's a fundamental part of our being, yeah? And it would be like, you know, not having enough water in your car engine. You know, it'll overheat, it's not going to work properly, all that sort of stuff. So it's sort of obvious, but not, if that makes sense. All because I'd never taken responsibility to find out how much I should drink. So anyway, I thought I can do that. I can do that. That's easier than going to the gym. So then she said, the second thing you can do is you can do some proper breathing, because your body needs oxygen. It needs oxygen on the one end, it needs water on the other. This is like its fuel, you know, just like you put diesel or petrol in your car, it needs these fuels, then it'll start to thrive. Really, how do I do that whole breathing thing? Well, I've now found out there's of course loads of breathing techniques, loads. But my favourite one that I learned was actually to breathe in your mouth and out of your mouth with a little bit of space in between, like holding your breath for a moment or two, and then to do that like a couple or 3 times a day for about 3 minutes. Yeah. So she showed me how to do it, and this is what you do. It's like so simple, it's ridiculous. So basically, I always close my eyes. I don't know why I do that, but anyway, here we go. And then you count to 5. And then you breathe out again. And as you're doing that, you can actually feel the air going down your windpipe. And you allow it to go into your heart area, which is where your lungs are. So you're really filling your lungs up with oxygen, and then the blood takes that oxygen and pumps it around your body. So it makes your body thrive. So I thought I can do that too. I can definitely drink the water. I can do that breathing thing, no problem. So, and she said the third thing you got to do is you could invest in one of these, what she describes as a mini trampoline. I've never really seen one of these, but mini trampoline, just type that into Google, you'll see loads of them, yeah? Anyway, bought myself a mini trampoline. She said to me, you don't really need to do much. You need to do what's known as the health bounce, which is you just bounce up and down on the trampoline. You don't need to take off. You just leave your feet there and just bounce like this. It operates your lymph gland, and your lymph gland can get rid of lots of toxins in your body. That's the simple way to describe it anyway, keeping it all simple here, yeah? So I thought, right, I can go away and do that. So off I went every day. I'd done my water, still do that. I'd done my bouncing up and down and did my breathing. Anyway, 3 months later, I go back to find out what's happened. Well, firstly, I have to tell you that I felt $1 million, yeah? I didn't really need her to tell me that I was feeling better. I lost loads of weight and I felt like really invigorated, yeah? Anyway, I go back and she does the whole pinprick of blood, puts it under the microscope, and we're all looking at it on the screen. And then she said to me, so what did you do? And I said, well, what do you mean? I did what you told me to do. I did that water, the breathing and the trampolining thing. She said, I said, why? What's the problem? She said, nothing, but this is some of the healthiest blood I've ever seen. Really? I said, what score are you going to give me out of 10? You know, I like that. She said, I'll give it 9. I go, wow, that's incredible, isn't it? And I said, wow, you know, honestly, I feel like I'm amazing. I feel like I've got energy like I've never had before. And my whole world seems to be like a different place. I've got no aches and pains. I feel incredible. And all because I did this simple stuff. So look, that was my journey, which was really, one, to take responsibility. Take responsibility for my body. Don't give it to somebody else when it's broken to fix. Because this is like a life-changing revelation if you're prepared to do that. So yeah, do that first. Then think about, what am I going to do? Don't make it too strenuous. Keep it simple. Make sure that you do it every day. I always say, look, do it for 10 days. It's the 10-10 movement, yeah? Do it for 10 days. See how that's working. If it's working, do more of it. Do it for 30 days. If that's working, do it for 60, do it for 90. That's how I did it. And then basically my whole body today, I feel better today, here we are, nearly 20 years later, than I felt then. And today I take responsibility for all different aspects of my life. So we're going to be sharing about some of that in the up and coming video. So that's it for physical fitness. All I encourage you to do, remember that it's very simple. Take responsibility for you. It's your body, it's your machine. You look after it. It will serve you well. Drink 2 litres of water. Do that whole breathing thing, in your mouth, out your mouth. Maybe get yourself a mini trampoline or find something light exercise. In fact, later on, I probably will demo. I do a 20-minute workout. I actually don't use the trampoline at the moment. Got it all downstairs. But actually, I do my own little thing. Do it at least 4 times a week, sometimes more, but never less. And make sure that I keep my body in trim. And here I am having a much more physically better experience for taking that responsibility. So look, if you've got something great from this video, please press the share button, share it with anybody that's not physically doing as well as they could do. If you haven't pressed the subscribe button, do that, and the notification bell so that you know when my next video is coming up. And I'll be doing 10 of these videos about different aspects of your life, all the ones that are in the 10-10 life check, the life test, which you can do, find out your overall score, and then I'll see what I can do to help you boost that score and get it a little bit better. So that's it from me, Tony V. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.